What's up, guys? This is Chad Nash, aka the Real Estate Doctor, and this is another episode of Keeping It Real Estate. Get it? Keeping It Real Estate. I know that was a bad joke. Anyway, I'll stick to my day job, which is being your real estate advisor, but I want to bring you a topic that is always uh, pressing to me or something that comes across my desk that I have a strong opinion on. And this week, I'm talking about loan programs that market to folks who have 500 credit scores or great. I shouldn't say greater, but credit scores less than 580. But these particular programs are marketing to folks that have 500 credit scores. Now, philosophically, I don't agree with these programs for a couple of reasons. One, they're going to have um, higher interest rates. It's just like a payday loan, right? If you need a payday loan, they're going to say, yeah, here's the money, but we're going to tack on a few extra points or percentage points onto your interest. And you're going to be paying out the yin yang probably more than you actually owe back, a lot more, maybe even double back to the payday loan company. That's what I feel like these type of loans are targeting because their interest rates can be almost 50% more, 75% more than what the market rate is for folks who have credit scores say like 580 or 620. The second piece of it is folks with 500 credit scores, you're going to be bringing 10% down. Now, if you're talking about accessibility to ownership, yes, you can get in ownership with a 580 credit score or more for as little as 3.5% down. But if you go down to 500, you're going to be bringing 10% down, right? So that's more capital you got to put up front, and you're going to have a higher interest rate. So practically, it just doesn't make sense to me. Now I'm going to talk about philosophically, and I know I'm going to rub some folks the wrong way because I'm all about equality and ownership and accessibility. But if you have a 500 credit score, I am going to say that the predicting factors are if you have a 500 credit score, you haven't been responsible in something, right? There's a reason you have a 500 credit score. And ownership is about consistency, and it's about responsibility. And if the credit score is a predictable factor of if somebody can maintain something or if somebody's going to loan somebody at a reasonable rate, if you got a 500 credit score, I'm already thinking like, hey, somewhere along the way, this person has struggled. Now, I'm not making a value claim to folks who have a low credit score because we've all been there. I know plenty of folks who have low credit scores, and I know plenty of folks who have turned it around from low credit scores. But I'm just saying right now, and I don't want my clients or I don't want consumers to be set up for failure just because you see a shiny object that says, hey, you could get into ownership with the 500 credit score, but you know in your mind, like, hey, I've been struggling with bills over here. I can't maintain this over here. And now you got to take on a mortgage payment. You got to take on HOA. You got to take on maintenance, utilities. Next thing you know, you're looking at foreclosure. So, in my mind, I'm not quite sure if you're ready for ownership if you have a 500 credit score. I would much rather say maybe work on getting that credit score up, because I think it's going to put you in a better position to purchase with purchase power, down payment, interest rate, things of that sort. But it's also proving to yourself that you can do something consistently. And I want to see everybody win. I don't want to see you get into ownership and have it taken away and face foreclosure because it becomes too big of a problem for you. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts below on the subject. We can have a conversation. We can have a debate if you want to. But this is just me keeping it real in real estate. Talk to y'all soon.